Hello monkeys. Monkey Dan here out in Boulder, Colorado. It's a mild fall day here, and our good friend Wildman Earl from the great northern islands of Lofoten, Norway, or Lofoten, Norway. He's been asking about this for a while, a muscle-up tutorial. This is going to be more of like an intermediate to advanced level tutorial, so if you're not there yet, we'll get something for you to fill the gap. But we're going to go through a few different progressions to hopefully get you that muscle up, get the tactical manual finished and beyond. So our first progression, we're going to go through just the full range of motion of the muscle up. We're going to use our feet as assistants to just really dial in the range of motion that we're looking for. Let me show you what it looks like. So my bar's set up roughly chest height. I'm going to go down to an extended position here, so my knees come forward. What I want to do is pull and then into the dip and then press out. So really what we're looking for is this motion right here. So we want to make sure we have the shoulder mobility to get into that extended position at the top of the pull and the beginning of the dip. So let me show you what it looks like again. Sorry about all the traffic here, folks. So I'm going to start kind of in this kneeling position. I can have this bend in my arms. That's not that big a deal right now. My knees come forward. I'm going to lean back. I'm pulling to my sternum, shooting through, pressing out, working on the dip. And again, pull to the sternum, shoot through, press. One more time. Pull to the sternum, shoot through, press. So I think something often lost in the muscle up is we try and pull straight to the top instead of thinking of it as kind of these segmented positions. So all we're trying to do during that initial pull is catch ourselves in the bottom of the dip so that we can then press out. Okay, so once you feel comfortable with that foot assisted, more range of motion feeler, we'll call it. Next, we can go into the L muscle up. So let me show you what that looks like. So bars are at the same height they were for our foot assisted. I'm going to get into an L position. I want to have some bend in my elbow, so I shouldn't be fully extended in my arms. I want bend in my elbow, and I'm going to use the weight of my legs to help balance myself through position, throw my chest through the bar. So here's what it looks like. One more time. Notice it's really, again, the key is I'm shooting through, I'm pulling myself through into that bottom of the dip. I catch myself, and then I press out the dip. So let's break this down a little bit more. Okay, so a few things to keep in mind when we're doing that L muscle up. So first thing, you need to have the core strength. So first and foremost, hold that L. Second, you really need the shoulder mobility to get into that position. So if I'm not able to pull the bars low enough, what's going to happen is if I'm pulling the bars here, my elbow is going to want to have to come out, puts our shoulder in a very compromised position. Let's try and avoid that during our muscle up, especially on the monkey bars. What we want to try and achieve is pulling the bars, think more to your sternum, the elbows stay close to the body, and that's going to allow me to catch myself at the bottom of the dip. So let's look at that again. So I'm going to use my feet to assist just a little bit, but if I pull here, there's really nowhere for me to go, right? Physics won't allow me to get through. But if I pull here, I can throw my chest forward. Now I'm in the bottom of that dip. I think one term I'll tell people is thumb to armpit, and then I can press out into that dip. Got a little sunshine now. So let's look at it full speed. So first one, I'm going to pull to my sternum. Shoot through, no problem. Second one, let's just kind of demo what it shouldn't look like. I'm going to pull more on top of my shoulder. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, my elbows want to wing out, and it ain't gonna happen that way. So make sure pull to the sternum, thumb to armpit, catch in the bottom of the dip. Once we get that L pull-up dialed, once you feel really strong there, then we can start adding in the kip. The kip, it's very important that it doesn't just turn into this kind of George of the Jungle swing. It needs to be a controlled movement coming mainly from our lats and our core. So what we're looking for is going basically from a position of extension to flexion. So my back is going to extend, flex, extend, flex. So what that's going to look like is extend, flex, extend, flex, extend, flex, extend, flex, extend, flex. Pretty much at any point during that swing, I could stop and control myself instead of just kicking my legs and getting literally this uncontrollable swing. Another way to think about it is pulling yourself through, pushing away. Pull through, push away. So my head is going to come head through, head out, head through, head out, head through, head out. Also notice the monkey bars are going to rotate as well. So as I push through, the bars are in line with one another. As I extend, they're going to become parallel. So push through, flex. Excuse me. As I flex, bars become parallel. As I extend, they run in line with each other. So one more time. So flex, extend, flex, extend. Notice the rotation in the bars. So once we have that dialed, we can add what's called the kip glide. I'm going to start to tuck my knees up, and I'll actually start to feel this moment of levity in the movement. So here's what that looks like. And basically what I'm doing is I'm using that extension in my hips to generate momentum, which I can transfer into my arms. So another way to think about it is core to extremity. I can use that momentum to pull myself through, catch in the bottom of the dip, and press out. Let's have a go. So from the top, flex, extend, flex, extend, flex, tuck, tuck, and muscle up. One more time. So notice I'm really focusing on pulling. I'm really trying to pull like to my waist, which gets you closer to the sternum, but pulling the bars that low, bringing my thumb to my armpit, you automatically catch yourself in that dip position. Okay, so a few of the smaller details. When I grab the bar, so if I have them hanging, really I'm going to internally rotate. So palm facing out, I internally rotate. I'm grabbing the bars in this position and then rotating them 180 degrees. What that's going to do is I have less resistance from the suspension straps as I go into that dip. So when I eventually catch myself in the dip, the bars are going to be back, the strap will be back in this neutral position, so I don't have to fight against the system itself. So what that's going to look like, I'm still starting in this position with a little bit of a twist. But notice now the line, everything's nice and straight. There's no resistance within the system itself that I have to deal with. Okay, so once you get one muscle up down, I think once you're actually up there, you can use that potential energy, that momentum to link together. So let's see what that looks like, just for fun. Okay, so I'm grabbing internally, rotating, and here we go. Push away, extension, flex, pull, back, extend, tuck, pull. One more time. This concludes our kind of advanced muscle up tutorial. Made this one especially for our favorite wild man of the north, Earl up in Lofoten. And hopefully this helps you guys get a little closer to the muscle up. And for those going for the tactical manual, you can't get through without them. Monkey on, everyone. Be wild.